Welcome to Real Impact Group Market Minute for the month of April 2023. So let's dive right in the number and share with you what happened in the Greater Toronto area as well as City of Toronto and York region for the month of April. So according to Track, we're seeing a gradual improvement in the sale number as well as the average selling price. And many buyers have come to terms with the higher interest rate and taking advantage of the lower selling price as compared to this time last year. So across GTA, total sale month over month increased 9.2% from almost 6,900 sale in March to more than 7,500 sale in April. And for total active listing, increased 2.5% month over month from over 10,100 active listing in the month of March to almost 10,400 active listing in April. So for the average price for all type of home across GTA year over year decreased by 7.8% from over 1.25 million to over 1.15 million. And the good news is, if you take a look at months over month, the average price for all type property increased by 4%. As you can see here, the demand for home ownership has picked up. As a result, we are seeing a renewed upward pressure on the home price. Now, let's take a look at the micro level of City of Toronto and York region. So total sale in Toronto months over month from March to April increased by 8.4% from over 2,500 sale to over 2,700 sale in April. For total active listing, months over month increased by 3.7% from almost 4,300 total active listing in March to over 4,400 active listing in April. And for York region, total sale months over month increased 9.7% from over 1,200 sale in March to almost 1,400 sale in April. And for total active listing in York region, month over month slightly increased by 1.2% from almost 1,800 active listing to slightly over 1,800 listing. Now let's take a look at month of inventory for the City of Toronto. In March, it was sitting at 1.7, and now in April, it slightly come down to 1.6 months of inventory. And for York region, months of inventory, it was sitting at 1.4 in March, and in April, consistently similar to Toronto, it slightly come down to 1.3. And for the average price for all type property in Toronto, year over year decreased by 9.9% from over 1.24 million last April to over 1.12 million this April. And if you take a look at month over month, average selling price for all type property increased by 6.2% from over 1.054 million in March this year to over 1.12 million in April. Now let's take a look at the York region. Average price for all type property year over year slightly decreased by 4% from over 1.42 million last April to over 1.369 million this April. And now if you take a look at months over month, average price for all type property in York region slightly increased by 1.9% from over 1.344 million in March to over 1.369 million in April. Now, if you break it down by property type, in the City of Toronto, across all type home, we're seeing a sign of decrease across the board. However, leading by the semi-detached section with the highest decrease of 11.3% year over year. Now for York region, similar as the City of Toronto, across all type of home, average selling price year over year also decreased, leading by the section of semi-detached decreased by 7.5%. And now if you take a look at months over month in both City of Toronto and York region, we're seeing across all the board different type of home a green sign here, which increased months over month in the selling price for all type of home. And for the average days on the market, months over month in the City of Toronto, we're seeing slightly decrease from 29 days in March to 25 days on the market in April. And for York regions, Days on the market month over month used to be 25 days to sell a home in March. Now it decreased to 23 days in April. And the average selling price over the listing price in the city of Toronto is 103% and York region is 105%. This showing you that the artificial low listing price is coming back to the market, where multiple offers happen and more competition on the market for the buyer. And if you are the seller, it means that it takes faster for you to get an offer on your listing. Also, make sure to discuss the right pricing strategy with your real estate agent to make sure you have successful sale. So overall, the challenge that we are facing right now in the market is the housing supply crisis. The issue is not going to be aligning in the demand because demand for the home is always existing. However, city needs to do a lot way more with many different policies to make sure to tackle the housing supply crisis. So as of May 10, City Council just approved the proposal allowing multiplex to be built across the city of Toronto. This is one of many policies that we do hope will help solve the housing crisis in the city. So like I mentioned in the many previous videos, real estate is very local. So if you do have any specific question with regard to your property, your neighborhood, your community, or simply any question with regard to whether you should refinance or make any minor to major renovation inside your home, do reach out to us, send us a DM, and we will love to make impact in your life through real estate. Take care, stay safe, and see you in the next video.